All right, so moving on to the next segment. Will the Georgia Bulldogs three-peat as college champions this upcoming college football season? So I do believe that this program will do something that has not been done in years, and I'll get to that by the end of this segment. But I do believe that the Georgia Bulldogs will go on to win their third straight national championship in the college football world, in the college football universe. This team is set to make history. Now, one of the reasons why I do believe that the Georgia Bulldogs will go on to three-peat as win their third straight national title is their schedule. I'm looking at their schedule right now, and it's looking like they're going to cruise into the college football playoffs because the committee has put together their two first games of the college football season as against T.N. Martin. That I never heard of that program. I say that with all due respect. They also go against Ball State as their second game. So they have two easy peasy lemon squeezy opponents in their first 2 weeks. And they don't have Alabama on their schedule. The only SEC threats that I do believe will be, could give them problems and could be a threat to beat them, could be Tennessee. That's the only threat that's on their schedule in the SEC. Yes, they play Auburn. Yes, they play Florida. They'll run through those teams. There's not really a threat to them on the schedule other than Tennessee. And I get it. You guys out there might say, well, Georgia's not going to three-peat. They just lost a lot of talent to the NFL draft. And they did. They lost Jalen Carter to the NFL draft. They lost Nolan Smith to the NFL draft. They lost offensive lineman Broderick Jones. They lost tight end Darnell Washington. They lost defensive back Keely Ringo. They lost their quarterback Stetson Bennett. I get it. But this team, this program is still stacked from top to bottom. The only question mark heading into the season is Stetson Bennett not being there. I think at the quarterback position is their only question mark. But this team is loaded top to bottom. Running backs, defensive linemen, wide receivers, tight ends, defensive back, linebacker. They got everything. And they still got the man that's behind the job in Kirby Smart that is going to be leading the Georgia Bulldogs to their third straight national title. And right now, in the college football world, it's very suspect of who's going to be a threat to them. The biggest threat that I see being to the Georgia Bulldogs this year has to be the Ohio State Buckeyes, who's currently the biggest threat to them. And they still have their shiny toy offensively and Marvin Harrison Jr. I get it. They lost C.J. Stroud, but you still have one of the best players in the country in Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to be impact for them. Alabama this will actually be the first time in a long time that Alabama will actually open the season without having a good quarterback since 2018. Nick Saban has been blessed to have Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, Bryce Young. They've had Bryce Young, who is also won the Heisman as well. This is the first time since 2018 they're not going to have a good quarterback under the helm for them, as special as those guys were at Alabama. Michigan, I could throw them in the conversation as well, but we all know that they still have, Jim Harbaugh and company still have to get over the hump, something they have not done in a very long time. So even with all that being said, I think it's an icing on the cake for them to go ahead and make history this year. Kirby Smart has a chance to do something no program has done in nearly 100 years, and that's three-peat in the college football world. The last program to do this was the University of Minnesota when they three-peated in 1934, 1935, and 1936. That was the last program to do it. I think Kirby Smart has a big chance of doing that this year. With that being said, I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs to go ahead and three-peat and win three national titles in the college football world this upcoming college football season.